Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Maryville Saints Hockey Network. It's time for your Maryville Saints pregame show. We have Chuck Kraus, Todd Panula. I'm Andrew Marsh as the Maryville Saints look to take on the Central Oklahoma Bronchos. We welcome you into the Maryville University Hockey Center. Guys, these teams have met up once already this season back in Central Oklahoma, where the Saints took the first game against the Broncos by a score of 2-1, and then the Broncos responded with a 6-5 victory. Tonight should be really fun as the Saints host the Broncos here on home ice.
Yeah, win or lose, both teams ended up with a one-goal decision in both games. The second game was a little bit higher scoring, obviously, with a 6-5 decision. So the more defensive side seems to favor Maryville. If it's more of an open game, that might favor Central Oklahoma, but it's sure to be an exciting night of hockey.
Yeah, as the rankings came out at the beginning of the year, Maryville playing Central Oklahoma, it was kind of, circled on the calendar, right? Right. So they go into Central Oklahoma and take game one. A surprise, as you can really say. And like you said, kept it to a one-goal game on the second game. And I think today is going to be a real test of, who's the bigger team.
Yeah, Chuck, you mentioned the rankings. Let's go ahead and look at those right now and how these two teams stand at the moment. You look at Maryville, they're ranked number 11 heading into this one, and then Central Oklahoma sitting at 6. They're right behind Liberty. Maryville played Liberty at the back half of the 2022 campaign. So Maryville with a tough test tonight going up against these Broncos. And guys, you look at this team right now, goaltending is going to have to be a key part of tonight if they want to get a victory. Yeah,
both of these teams can put the puck in the back of the net, so the guys in between the pipes are really going to be challenged a lot in this game.
Todd, so Joe Parisi starts, public address announcing everything. So here's the goaltenders right now, and the record for tonight, Marshy.
Yeah, 16-8 as the Saints come into this one. You mentioned, Todd, UCO. They can put the puck in the back of the net. 119 goals for compared to that 87. Obviously, a little bit of a discrepancy right there. And, of course, 5 extra wins. So this Saints team definitely has a tough test ahead of them. Let's look at the starters for tonight for the Saints. And, Todd, when you look at these guys for Maryville, as we look in between the pipes, Ed Coffey is going to get the start. What are you looking to see out of Ed?
Ed's going to have to stand tall. We saw with the stat there, over 100 goals scored for Central Oklahoma. They're definitely a high-powered offense, and obviously your defenders have to take care of things in the ice, but the shots are still going to come, so Ed Coffey's going to need to have a big game here tonight.
You mentioned the defenders. Who do we have on the back end?
On the left side, it's going to be Timon Prexler, and joining him along the blue line, it is Garrett Hunter.
And then up top, the forward group. If you look on the wings, Chad McElwain, who had a big series the last time these guys were at home, centered by Lucas Adams, who looks to put the puck in the back of the net tonight. We know he's got the skill. And on the other wing, you have T.J. Prexler. So let's look at the head-to-head after we look at the full lineup tonight for the Saints. We mentioned Ed Coffey. Let's see who he's going up against tonight in between the pipes for UCO. That's Ben Kelsch. Ben Kelsch comes in with an 8-5 record. So if you look at the two goaltenders tonight, Ed Coffey with the upper hand in the statistical department.
Yeah, pretty similar in terms of the record. Ed Coffey's got a better save percentage, better goals against, more shutouts as well. And that's kind of why Maryville's going to need to rely on him a little bit, because Ben Kelsch, even though he's not having a bad season, when you have a high-powered offense like that, you don't need to rely on your goaltending quite as much, whereas Maryville has to have the guy in between the pipes have a good night most nights.
100%. I was going to say, Kelsch has got a great team in front of him. So, like you said, he doesn't have to put the best numbers up. His numbers are still really good, but the team in front of him plays really good as well.
Well, let's look at the players to watch for the Saints tonight. We had T.J. Prexler, who is starting tonight for your Maryville Saints. Lucas Adams and Timon Prexler as well. These guys have been getting it done in the goal department. Timon Prexler, of course, he's a defenseman, but we know he can activate up in the offensive zone and put some pressure on those defenders.
Yeah, we've talked about it all season long. He's got the stick handling ability that he could actually play forward, but that's activate into the offense, get things going, and obviously him and his brother TJ have that connection that you get with any kind of family.
Yeah, any of the Prexler boys, you're going to have some good play on the ice. So when they're together, they jive, they mix well, and they've been putting up some great numbers.
Yeah, Timon, of course, He had to sit out at the start of the 2023 season because of a little scuffle that he got into, of course, against that Liberty team that you just saw there. So these three look to see what they can do tonight. Let's look on the other side, though. We emphasize goaltending for the Saints, as Ed Coffey's going to have to face a couple good Bronco players in Austin Simpson, Vitaly Mikhailov, and Zach Guerrera. So you look at these guys can put the puck in the back of the net as well.
Yeah, I mean, you've got a couple guys with goal numbers in the teens. Mikhailov almost 20. So they're definitely going to have to be focal points for the Maryville defense to try to shut down these guys, because they spread it out pretty good, but these guys are going to be the keys to shut down.
Well, puck drop is coming up next. We have the national anthem, and we have puck drop in the keys of the game. Everybody, we'll see you here in a couple minutes. Don't go anywhere. Saints and Broncos coming up next.
The Maryville Saints Hockey Network welcomes you to the following presentation of the American Collegiate Hockey Association.
This is a team that's really held its own. Top 10 in ACHA Division I hockey. Now it's a new season. New pack of dogs. New blood in the group. But that's what makes this team successful. They don't dwell on the past. They keep moving forward. They keep pushing, keep striving, until they reach that ultimate goal. And you better believe these new guys, they want the same thing. They're ready, they're hungry, and they're just waiting to be unleashed.
Welcome in, ladies and gentlemen, to the Maryville Saints Hockey Network. We have the Saints taking on the UCO Broncos tonight. These two teams ready to get after it here on a Friday night in Chesterfield, Missouri. Guys, 2 games, 2 one-goal games. What are your predictions for this one?
I think it's going to be another tight one. I think both these teams know what's at stake. We saw with the rankings, Maryville just one step aside from making this a top 10 matchup, but it's going to be one of those games that they're going to have a good start.
Yeah, Todd, couldn't agree more. It's going to be a hard-fought series actually this weekend, as UCO is here tomorrow night as well. So I'm really looking forward to this weekend of hockey. And we got guys. We start off with penalties.
I was wondering what was wrong with the scoreboard. So the game is underway. It's a 4-on-4 to begin the game.
Do you know why, Marshy?
I have no idea.
I do, as a matter of fact.
Do. Let's hear it.
Yeah, so the 2 players, one from UCO, one from Maryville, Cole Bonnet from Maryville, they were trying to hold each other out on the ice, and the ref said, get off, and they wouldn't get off. So they gave them penalties.
So a little stare down to begin this one, just as UCO heads into the Maryville zone. To the far side, Lucas Adams with it. Sauce pass to TJ. TJ Prexler inside the zone all by himself as he's stripped of the puck. Simpson with it. We talked about him before tonight's game in the pregame show, a player to watch for Central Oklahoma. As he skates up ice just inside of his own zone, looks up, and will float it inside the Maryville zone. And that is an icing. He did not hit the red line. So with about a minute into this one, Maryville will get an offensive zone face-off. Let's go over our keys to the game. Chuck, we'll start with you.
Marshy, you need to get shots on goal. You really do. Get shots on goal, crash the net, make the goalie have to work for it, and not let them activate out of their own zone.
Face-off won by Central Oklahoma. They push it out of the zone. Now it squirts inside Maryville territory, just inside the blue line. That pass goes off the stick of Ben MacArthur. McLeod with it. He'll drop it back for White. Jackson White looks up, fires one, drop pass. McElwain finds MacArthur. MacArthur floats it in. Going back for the puck is Bombarder. Far side corner, back down low, behind the net, and UCO will slow things down. Maryville will get some fresh bodies out on the ice. Less than 30 to go in those penalties to start this game. Turnover at the blue line. Chartier with it at the red line. He's stripped of it. However, the puck gets inside the zone. Jackson Zloty in on it. Still digging for the puck behind the net. Helping him out, Jake Chartier. Zloty gets it back and then loses it. Puck flipped up inside the neutral zone, glove down, and we'll get a hand pass. 17:53 remaining here in the first period. Both teams looking for the first shot of the game. Todd, what's your key to the game?
For me, I think Maryville needs to focus defensively, and I'm not going against what Chuck's saying because the game's going to flow back and forth. So when they're on the offensive end, they got to get pucks to the net. But when you're in the defensive zone, they got to keep everything tight. I think the longer this game is scoreless in terms of Central Oklahoma getting on the board, the less likely it is to become a shootout, and that's going to allow Maryville to get a more positive result.
Yeah, I'm looking at the penalty kill here. One, stay out of the box because UCO has a lethal power play as they're converting at a 31.8% clip this season. So it's going to be imperative for the Saints to stay out of the sin bin in this one.
Scoring 50% on the road, too. So
that's even worse for Maryville. Puck sit inside the zone. Errant pass goes off the skate. Oh, nice hit down in the corner. Slow to get up. That one off the stick. Jake Chartier picks it up at the red line.
Good answer there for McElwain, though. We know that he made the mistake giving the puck away on a careless pass up the seam, but stood up and took his man out. Mondi
with it. Off the stick of Simpson. And now Maryville will take over. As Timon Prexler goes behind the net, he'll leave it for Lucas Adams. 3 minutes into this one, still no shots on net, 0-0 game. TJ Prexler skates up ice inside the neutral zone, enters into the zone, gets it in deep. Back for it now is Dubecki to Simpson. Puck stays inside the zone. It finally squeaks out. Garrett Hunter. Mondi. Good back check by TJ Prexler. Shot just wide. At the blue line. Dubecki shoots it wide. Hits off the backside of the net. As the puck is below the dots, up top to the blue line. Slap shot on that one. Might have been blocked on the way towards the net. Will Smith unable to get it out. Timon Prexler with it. Prexler leaves it for Hunter. Hunter backhanded pass to Lucas Adams as he finds Turcotte. Turcotte will get it in. He races after it. And on the forecheck, takes a hit below the dots. And UCO almost got the puck out of the zone. They finally do now. At the red line, hits off his skate of Smith. Smith leaves it for Turcotte. Turcotte to the front of the net. Hit off a couple sticks far side as UCO goes off the glass. Kept in by Will Smith. And now the puck will head to the near side. Dubecki with it. He's whacked at. MacArthur bumped off the puck. And now far side, Jackson White. Shermer gets tripped up, no call. Cardinale tries the toe drag and loses the puck. And now Sykes is in. Sykes, he'll play it down low. Cardinale picks it up for Maryville. To the far side, in the corner. Now at the half wall. Both teams digging for the puck. At the hash marks, it squeaks loose as it hit off a stick. And now that one's sent up in the air. Shermer with it. He'll play it back to his defense. And Colt Corpse now to Bonnet. Bonnet back to Corpse. He'll go D to D. Corpse at the red line. He'll get it in. He'll race after his own dump in. Looking to go out front to Zloty. Hit off the paddle and now a shot wide. Tyson Moore with it. Moore cycles it down low for Zloty, who's not there. Jack Harrison trying to help out as well. And now Stalzer
Oh.
able to get it out as he takes a hit. Sent back in. And now UCO will slow things up, but Jack Harrison showing some pressure. He'll elect to skate back as UCO looks to exit the zone. That goes off the boards. An errant pass as Timon Prexler picks it up and puts it off the glass. Going back for it for the Broncos is Jordan Sigro. Cross-ice pass. Puck inside the neutral zone. Might have had a little malfunction.
Yeah, I thought you were like running away from us,
Yeah, I
Marshy.
don't know what's going on. I wish I was running away from you, Chuck.
Okay, here we are.
Inside the
into the
neutral
sunset.
zone. Sent around the boards. Having some technical difficulties.
Yeah, we sure are. Icing UCO as they clear it down from their own zone.
Chuck, you might have to
Take
over here.
It's a Chuck Krause game tonight. My mic's the only one working, so we're going to have a face-off to the right of Kelsch as they ice it, like I said. Fresh new line out from Maryville.
Offensive zone face-off. As
Luke McLeod's going to take the face-off. Will Smith to his right.
Chuck, you're doing a great job. There's a shot right off the face-off. Now UCO will pick it up. Skating with it now is Jack Taylor. Taylor, far side off the boards, able to get it out are the Broncos. Just inside his own zone now at the hash mark has been MacArthur. MacArthur far side, floats one in the air, looking for Turcotte, bounced right over his stick, and Taylor fell on the puck. Out front, McLeod. MacArthur, wrist shot on, and a nice stop made by Kelsch with 12:57 remaining here in the first period. Still no score. Hopefully the mics are all good to go.
Yeah, I mean,
I think we're good.
Yeah.
I know you wanted to take over there for a second.
You know what? Not really, Marsh.
I might let you.
No, we're good. I like it. I like hearing you. I like hearing
It's
Todd.
the Chuck Krause show.
Yeah.
This is the Chuck Krause show.
We don't do that, though.
What was funny about that play with Taylor almost tripping on the puck was once he righted himself, his teammate, J.C. Tebeki, actually cross-checked him until he would get back into position.
McLeod's taken out right off the face-off.
He took a cross-check to real up high. Real up high, guys. That's good English.
Turcotte whacking at the puck. And now the Broncos look to exit. However, that's going to be an icing with 12:39 remaining here in the first period. Still no score, one shot apiece for both these teams. Fellas, I think it's going to be a defensive battle tonight between these two teams. And sometimes, a lot of the times we like seeing a bunch of goals scored. And don't get me wrong, I would like to see that as well. But you got to appreciate a good defensive battle.
Yeah, and it's been somewhat cautious by both teams. Obviously, only one shot on goal for each one. But as much as it's gone zone to zone, they haven't really done too much with the puck in the offensive end yet.
So near side corner, Zloty working with J.C. Dubecki. Harrison able to keep that puck down low. Dubecki to the far side. Burton can't get the puck out. It's kept in. Wrist shot on. That one's snared by Ben Kelsch with 12:08 remaining here in the first period.
Guys, I know we always like to watch and talk about Coach Hogan, but there's only 8 minutes that have gone by. Coach Hogan's already standing on the bench in front of his players next to the penalty box, barking out orders on the ice. So he is definitely engaged in this hockey game so far.
He's given Max Gaudet an interesting viewpoint, though.
Yeah.
That one blocked. Timing, can he get there on time? He can. On his forehand, he'll reverse it for Garrett Hunter. However, Hunter couldn't pick the puck up.
Somebody
Out
lost
front.
a mitt.
And looking for a call was Donald Alkin. Up top to the blue line, goes under the stick of Shura, and he'll go back for it just inside of his own zone, goes off the boards. To the near side. Timon's there for the Saints. He looks up, he'll go D to D off the end board. MacArthur floats it up in the into the neutral zone, and that one is out of play. Is making sure Coach Hogan over there is paying attention. We were just talking about him. 11:32 left to go here in the first period. Still no score. 2 shots for the Saints, 1 for the Broncos. Face-off won by UCO. Shot on. Stop made by Coffey. Chipped at. Kept in at the blue line. Wrist shot on. Well wide. Puck battle in the corner. Flung around to the far side. Kept in at the hash mark. Puck still below the dots now. Jackson White comes out with it. White getting whacked at. He loses the puck. Making a move in the corner. Stalls her. And now McElwain on his backhand protecting the puck. He gets it back, and now we'll have a penalty as UCO will head to the power play. 10:57 remaining here in the first period.
I mean, you got some hard-fought action in front. Jackson White going against the UCO forward, and Jackson White gets a cross-check. I mean, they were going back and forth. I guess I see it. If the refs want to get a hold of this game, they got to do it early.
My only question about the call is, I'm not saying it's not a penalty. There was cross-checking involved, but we've seen a couple of similar things let go early on in the first 5 minutes or so. And
yeah.
So why that one was more egregious is somewhat up in the air.
So we talked about the UCO power play, and now they will have their first opportunity here tonight as they will set things up inside the Maryville zone. 5-on-4 for 2 minutes for the Broncos. Puck at the blue line. Top of the circles, back down low in the corner. That one goes under the stick. Harrison lays a hit. Now it squeaks back up to the far side blue line. With it now is Dubecki. Dubecki looks up, gets it back. Top of the circle, fires one on, and that one stopped. UCO retains possession of the puck. With it now is Stalzer. Over to Sykes, looking back door, hit off the skate of Cole Bonnet with 10:18 remaining here in the first period. 1:21 left to go on the UCO power play.
Yeah, solid first shift there for Maryville on their penalty kill because they didn't allow themselves to get out of sorts. They didn't allow the passing to get them out of position. You just kind of stay calm within your defensive structure and take the shots as they come.
UCO after the face-off gets possession of the puck. However, MacArthur's there, and he can't get it out. Dubecki able to keep it in for a split second until it's fired down the length of the ice. Good pressure by Lucas Adams. UCO with it now. Sykes at the red line, leaves it, poked at. UCO looking to set things up. Top of the blue line. Sykes with it. Top of the circle. Back to Dubecki. And, able to keep it in at the blue line. Adams gets a stick on it. Nice effort by Lucas Adams. Clears the puck. 35 ticks remaining on the Broncos power play.
Yeah, that was just solid effort there from Lucas Adams. He broke up the pass early on and then made a diving stab to get it out of the zone.
Cole Bonnet steps up at the blue line and able to clear it. And now going back for the puck is Bombardier. UCO in. At the blue line, sends it back down low. Whacking at it is Bonnet, helping him out as Colt Corpse. That'll pretty much do it for the Broncos power play. Burton shoots one on. Blocker save made by Ed Coffey. Top of the circle, another shot. That one's blocked. It is loose, far side below the dots. Behind the net and rimmed around. That'll be an icing. If it makes its way down the length of the ice, it won't. So Maryville able to get some new legs on the ice. And UCO will take it from their own zone. Skating up ice, weaving his way through the neutral zone. Jackson Bombardier. Inside their own zone. Central Oklahoma goes D to D. Pass made. UCO able to enter into the zone for just a second. They'll get it back. Far side now as they will take it inside the Maryville zone. Back forward is Timon Prexler. Prexler with it. Just under 8 to go left here in the first period. TJ looking to find his liney. and Lucas Adams. Puck squirts loose at the red line. And traveling back into his own zone. Well, it's a different number.
It's an odd name.
Yeah. Not on the roster sheet.
Gotta love that.
Garrett Hunter with it. Oh, errant pass. And luckily for him, the puck comes out of the zone at the red line. Burton in, shot on, stop made by Coffey. Will Smith battling for the puck. It comes loose. Guerrero with it. Fires one on. Oh, that one squeaked by Ed Coffey. However, time in there to pick it up for the Saints. Takes a hit. Sykes all over. And arm is up.
For an offsides?
Offsides, yeah.
Man.
6:55 remaining here in the first period.
Looked like a hook right in front of us, but they didn't think so.
Yeah, the referees have been pretty loose so far in the early going with the stick positioning for both teams, really, because Maryville had a couple times where they left their stick in there just a little too long. And if the player went down, I think it would have been an easy trip call, but it was just a stumble, so they got away with it.
White finds Cardinale, turned over. Backhanded opportunity on net. And we have a whistle as Nico Hemming was firing that one on the backhand towards Ed Coffey. 6:43 remaining here in the first period.
You talk about the, sorry, Ty, you talk about that player with this wasn't on the roster. You guys hear about that coach that was, it wasn't here, but there was a coach that was caught playing in high school league. He was like in his early 20s.
What?
But some guy was hurt, so he put his
I thought it was
jersey
a
on.
woman.
Oh.
Was it a man? It could have been, but I did hear about that story.
Yeah. So he just put the uniform on of the player and got on the ice and started playing.
It's all about the W's.
No, I'm not joking, Marshy.
That's incredible. Here come the Saints. Oh, that pass from Tyson Moore to Shermer goes right under the stick, and now UCO going the other way. However, able to come back is Tyson Moore. He'll slow things down inside of his own zone. White will use the boards behind the net. And able to make the breakout pass is Ben MacArthur. To the middle of the ice, turned over, UCO. Up the near side boards, we have an icing with 6:01 remaining here in the first period.
But the Saints, if they can win this faceoff, they can accomplish what I'm going to talk about, because they got to start getting a little bit going on the offensive end. They've settled in nicely on the defensive side, but they've allowed the last 4 shots unanswered, and they really haven't been able to push it past the red line too much. So they got to find a way to get something going in the offensive zone.
So far through this game, who would you say has the opportunity in terms of, or the advantage in terms of offensive opportunities? I got to go with UCO so far.
Yeah, I think they've had the better of the puck possession. Obviously, that's going to be helped by the fact that they had the power play, but just in general, they've looked a little more threatening.
Shot on, rebound, stop made by Kelch. It's in the corner. At the blue line, sent back down low. Fighting for position is Jackson Zloty, helping him out. Chartier, he takes a hit. Kept in, and now it hops over the stick of Colt Corpse. Corpse gets it back from his D partner in Cole Bonnet. At the blue line, now hits the red, enters into the zone. He'll drive the net. Turcotte feeds it down low. Smith stops and starts. Turned over. Far side at the half wall. Turcotte there at the blue line, sends it back in. Smith in the corner. Turcotte helping him out. He's pinned up against the boards. Smith digging for the puck, as well as Turcotte. He'll rim it up the near side. It goes under the stick of Timon Prexler. Able to corral the puck is Garrett Hunter. Gives it back to Prexler, who loses it. Now Hunter will send it up ice as the Saints enter into the zone. Reversed. McLeod there to the front. Shot on. They score! Felix Turcotte off the pipe and in the back of the net. 4:39 remaining here in the first period, and the Saints strike first.
Just like that, you get an early goal. Now Maryville can steal some of this momentum. They've obviously got a big jolt from putting it in the back of the net, but Felix Turcotte, he managed to get a little bit of space on somewhat of a giveaway by Central Oklahoma. He got just enough of a look at the goal, rang it off the pipe, and now it's in.
And he made it look extra saucy as he was falling on his backside. And the Maryville Saints are up 1-0.
So a big goal for the Saints as they lead 1-0. We mentioned earlier in the broadcast, these two teams have faced each other before early in the season. Both games 1-goal games, so we have to expect a tight one throughout the rest of this contest. But the Saints strike first, thanks to Felix Turcotte. TJ Prexler gets it in deep. And on the forecheck, Chad McElwain using his big body to find the puck. It comes loose as Dubecki will send it up the far side boards. It's kept in, bounces off his stick and over the net. TJ Prexler spins away. Shot on. Oh, that one hit off a shin pad. And now it's coming out of the zone. No icing, as the linesman says it hit off a stick. 3:50 remaining here in the first period. MacArthur picks it up for the Saints. He'll play it back to Jackson White. White finds Charche. It bounces off his stick. And now Burton's there for the Broncos. Sykes with it at the big red end. He gets tangled up with Jack Harrison. Zloty plays it back for Bonnet to MacArthur. Goes off the linesman and now sent back in as the Coffey's able to stop the puck behind the net. He leaves it. Bonnet with it. Bonnet, middle of the ice, finds Zloty. Zloty with speed. Near side, backhands it. It goes off the body of Jackson Bombardier. That one off the glass inside the neutral zone. Bonnet fighting for the puck at his own blue line. He gets it back and sends it down. No icing. With it for UCO at the hash marks was Guerrera. A little life from the Saints. A little turnover as well. Turcotte to McLeod, and that one goes out of play with 2:36 remaining here in the first period. 1-0 Saints on top of the UCO Broncos.
Now Maryville showed a little spark after that Turcotte goal. Get the puck down deep in the UCO zone.
So an offensive zone faceoff coming to the glove side of Ben Kelch. 2:36 left to go here in the first frame. Shots are tied at 5 apiece. Turcotte with it, sends it down low. Smith racing after it. However, Stalzer's there, and now Smith pinned up against the boards. Helping out Stalzer is Kraus. Off the glass, bouncing inside the Saints zone. Timon Prexler's back for it behind the net. Looks up, and he'll let his wingers swing wide. 2:10 remaining here in the first. Breakout pass made, far side to Smith. Sauce pass goes off the stick. The intended target is Turcotte. Turcotte showing pressure as trying to rim it around was Jack Taylor. It does come around to the far side, now to the near side. With it now for UCO is Nico Hemming. He floats it in, and that one is gloved out of midair by Ed Coffey. With 1:50 remaining here in the first period, a whistle blown. 1-0 Saints lead.
Yeah, just a little can of corn there for Ed Coffey. Comfortable glove stop. They're not going to count that one as a shot. As well, they probably shouldn't. But I think UCO's plan was just to try to get a face-off here in the offensive zone because Maryville's kind of swung things in their direction.
Felix Turcotte picking up his second goal of the season, making it his second point as well. So a big goal for Turcotte late in this first period. Around to the far side at the hash marks. Bounces off a few sticks, and it is sent out of the zone. Now Jackson White with it. That pass off the stick of TJ Prexler. Burton with it. He'll stop and start behind the net. Looks up. Stretch pass goes under the stick of Simpson, and it's turned over. Here's Jack Harrison. He gets it in deep. Dubecki with it. Forehand. Off the boards to Simpson. Back to the far side. Still inside the UCO zone. Simpson with it now inside the neutral zone. Enters into Maryville territory. That sauce pass off the stick of Chartier. And it goes on net. Whistle blown by Coffee with 48.5 ticks remaining here in the first period. We have ourselves another whistle. I like this music. Reminds me of Tony Hawk. Tony Hawk Pro Skater.
Those are Mighty Mighty Boss Stones. So Superman by Goldfinger, Marshy, is like the true Tony Hawk song. But
yes.
It's the same genre, the ska punk, you know.
It's like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, I like it. Pass, high slot, shot on that one, too high. Far side, top of the circle, sent back down low, Corpse is on it. 35 seconds remaining here in the first period, flipped up in the air. It's gloved down, just inside the neutral zone. UCO looking to go D to D. 20 seconds remaining. Guerrero with it. His pass to the middle of the ice goes off his skate, turns it over, flip back down the length of the ice. However, it will not be an icing. 10 seconds remaining here in the first period. Rimmed around to the near side. Guerrero unable to get it out. Corpse, shot. Oh, that one. Nice save made just as time expires by Ben Kelsch. And so it is a 1-0 game heading into the first intermission. Felix Turcotte gets the Saints on the board through 20 minutes of play.
Yeah, good start for Maryville. They settled into the game after a little bit of a slow start for about the first 10 minutes or so. But once they got their legs underneath them, they really kind of started to take over there later in the first.
And that would have been a great cherry on top to end the first period if Maryville would have gotten that one with about 0.9 seconds left.
Well, it's a 1-0 game. We'll break things down in our first intermission report, so don't go anywhere. Saints are on top of the Broncos 1-0 through 20 minutes of play. We'll be right back with our intermission report right here on the Maryville Saints Hockey Network.
The day the world stopped was the day we found where to go. Lost together, we discovered ourselves again. And we realized that the things that matter deserve time. From now on, we're not going to leave anything on our plates. Because we've learned to savor the moments that were always there. And they never tasted this good.
Coke with coffee. We blended Coke with rich coffee for one very good reason. Your afternoon pick-me-up routine needed it. Simple as that. Coke with coffee.
For the past 70 years, Lou Fuse has called St. Louis home, growing our dealership and community family, delivering the best experience.
Loufusc, where we'll treat you right, you'll see. RESPECT, get the respect that you'll need.
With 17 brands, 12 dealerships, thousands of new, certified pre-owned, used, and motorsport vehicles, and millions of happy customers, Lou Fuse is here for you. Year after year, Lou Fuse has been proud to support youth athletics, honored to give back to community charities, and happy to deliver the respect and customer service you deserve.
Loufusc, treat you right for 70. Loufusc, it's our anniversary.
Come celebrate our 70th anniversary with us, with anniversary savings and specials all year long. And everyone gets the Fuse Family Promise, including warranties on new and Fuse certified vehicles, a money-back guarantee, and exchange policy.
Loufusc, where we treat you right, you'll see.
There's power in numbers. Number ones will cook you with that first step.
Your L, sir. Compliments of the chef.
Number 10s, more gold than Midas.
Midas who?
24s will live in your head. 33s put in so many hours, they'll be the first to defeat Father Time.
What you got, 33?
Time's up, old man.
Run it back. I said run it back.
50s, ice in their veins. And 87s are so good, they just set up shop in the end zone.
Next.
There's power in numbers. Take yours. Powerade. More power for 0 to 99, more power for me.
This is the MSHN Intermission Report, brought to you by the following. Arco Construction, the design and build people.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Maryville Saints Hockey Network. It's now time for the Arco Construction Intermission Report. We have Chuck Kraus, Tom Panula. I'm Andrew Marsh. And guys, through one period, Felix Turcotte gets the Saints on the board, and the Saints lead 1-0.
Yeah, it kind of came against the run of play. It didn't seem like Maryville had too much going on the offensive end, but that's why you keep up the pressure. That's why you go after every single puck. Turcotte managed to find a loose puck kind of there on the left circle from his vantage point, and he buried it off the pipe.
Yeah, we said it was kind of going UCO's way. They had most of the offensive pressure until Felix Turcotte scored that goal, and it kind of went Maryville's way.
And that's only Turcotte's second goal of the season. You see a player like that who's working hard all season and gets rewarded. That has to fire the guys up on the bench.
Yeah, I mean, he was definitely excited about it. He had a pretty good celly afterwards as you see him come into the open space there. He lost his footing, but, I mean, when everybody's over there in the corner picking him up, that's going to make you feel pretty good, especially putting your team up by a goal.
Yeah, absolutely. Like you said, Marsh, only a second goal. So when the guys that aren't scoring a lot get them goals, it fires everyone up and wants them to play harder.
Yeah, in the pregame show, we talked a lot about the goaltending so far. If you look at the shots right now, it's 6-5 in favor of Maryville, so they lead in that department. What have you seen so far from both goaltenders?
They haven't really had a whole lot to do. Most of the shots they've seen pretty cleanly. The defense has done a good job overall on both sides of limiting the chances against. when you've had a game just at the early point of the season that finished 6-5 in terms of goals, you don't necessarily end up thinking that that's going to be the shot total through one period, but that's the way it kind of went. And as you said, we've got kind of a defensive battle going on.
Yeah, it's been the 10 guys that are in front of the goaltenders right now, and they haven't had to work too hard. The one goal that goes in for Felix Turcotte, that was really the only opportunity, I would say, of the period for both sides.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of blocked shots, a lot of back checking. We saw, some sticks in the lanes, a lot of bouncing pucks as well. So it should be a fun second period. We'll see if things break open here in the second period. But like we said before, 2 tight games early on in this season, so expect this one to be close. What are you guys looking for in this second period in particular?
I think Maryville needs to keep doing what they're doing. They managed to do what I had talked about defensively in the first period. You don't want to open things up too much, especially with the long change, because that opens you up on the defensive side. So just kind of keep it even keel. If you can get another goal, so be it. But if you can get through 2 periods 1-0, that's even better.
Yeah, and their forechecking, their pressure seems to do great works for them. That's what happened in that goal. That's what Maryville's kind of known for. So keep the pressure in the defensive zone, or the offensive zone, see what happens from there.
All right, well, we'll see what happens in the second period. 20 minutes down, 40 minutes to go. Don't go anywhere. The second period is coming up right now, or coming up next right here on the Maryville Saints Hockey Network.
For the past 70 years, Lou Fuse has called St. Louis home, growing our dealership and community family, delivering the best experience.
LOUFUSZ, where we'll treat you right, you'll see. RESPECT, get the respect that you'll need.
With 17 brands, 12 dealerships, thousands of new, certified pre-owned, used and motorsport vehicles, and millions of happy customers, Lou Fuse is here for you. Year after year, Lou Fuse has been proud to support youth athletics, honored to give back to community charities, and happy to deliver the respect and customer service you deserve.
LOUFUSZ, treat you right for 70. LOUFUSZ, it's our anniversary.
Come celebrate our 70th anniversary with us, with savings and specials all year long. And everyone gets the Fuse Family Promise, including warranties on new and Fuse certified vehicles, a money-back guarantee, and exchange policy.
LOUFUSZ, where we treat you right, you'll see.
There's 2 types of drivers out there. Drivers who know how to protect their investment, and drivers who don't. Car owners who know how to get more miles per gallon, and owners who don't. We're talking people who know their Schaefer, and people who don't. Which one are you? From cars to trucks to diesel workhorses, whatever you drive, there's a Schaefer synthetic oil for you. Do you know your Schaefer? Ask for it at an automotive retailer near you.
Wherever you live, from Bridgeton to Baldwin, Brentwood to Kirkwood, St. Anne to St. Charles, wherever you live. Hazelwood to Maplewood, the name you know. Frederick Roofing, wherever you go. For a hole in your roof or a whole new roof. Frederick Roofing.
St. Louis, 314-645-2000.
This is the letter I've been telling you about.
This letter is for you. From what I hear, you're supposed to be the next Tom Brady. What I'm about to say is important. Never let them call you the next Tom Brady. When they compare you to the GOATs, tune it out. When they say you're a 6th round draft pick, store it away. Compare yourself to nobody but the kid in the mirror. The one who goes all in, all out, and has the crazy confidence to know that who you are today is just a piece of who you're going to become. This letter's for that you, the one no one will see coming. Sincerely, Tom.
About your dreams, man.
Moneta may be one of the nation's largest independent wealth managers, but what we pride ourselves on most is serving each client like they're part of the family. That's why we go to extraordinary lengths to help our clients reach their unique financial goals. Whether launching a business, providing retirement planning for employees, or building a multi-generational legacy. At Moneta, whatever you cherish, we help protect it today, tomorrow, and into the future.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Maryville Saints Hockey Network. Chuck Kraus, Todd Panula, I'm Andrew Marsh, and it is a 1-0 game. The Saints lead over the University of Central Oklahoma Broncos. One period down, and now we start the second. Timon Prexler with it inside of his own zone. Hunter, middle of the ice to Adams. McElwain dumps it in. Hits off the pad and gobbled up by the netminder and Ben Kelch. 1947 left to go here in the second period. 1-0 Saints lead.
Spotted a Blackhawks shirt in the crowd.
Did you actually?
I saw that.
I know it's a red out, but I mean, hopefully you got that at Goodwill or something.
It's a hoodie, too, and I was like, what is going on?
Are we allowed to kick him out?
Well, I was wondering, can we call the security officers over here and maybe they'll have a word with that fan. Far side blue line. And wow, that definitely came out of the zone.
Yeah.
That definitely came out of the zone, but Timon Prexler able to keep it in. Sends it to the near side. Hunter with it, top of the circle. Fires one on, and that one goes over the net. If that would have went in, oh boy.
Well, replays in the ACHA, boys.
UCO with it. They do exit the zone. Goes off the stick of Simpson. High off the glass, bounces down. Far side, TJ with it to McElwain. McElwain able to get it out, goes back off the boards. And just inside of his own zone is Timon Prexler. Dances throughout the neutral zone as Chartier comes on the ice and gets it in. Back with it now is Dubecki. Dubecki with it. Skates up ice at the hash marks. Hits his own blue line and finds his man in Burton. Burton taken down, however, able to keep the puck in down low. It comes up top to the blue line and out of the zone. Shura with it. He'll go D to D. Mikhailov gets it in. Jackson White behind the net at the blue line, sent back down. White gets it back on the near side. At the corner, floats it, and it's inside the neutral zone now. Chartier trying to get it in. It hits off the body of Shura. And on the second attempt, Chartier does get it in deep. Goes over the stick of Chartier. That zone exit. Shot on, wide. And now in on the puck is Sam Sykes. Harrison battling for it, as well as Will Smith. To the far side corner. Backhanded attempt to get it out is successful for Jackson White. Smith shows pressure. McLeod able to keep it in for Maryville. Down to Smith. Smith tries to tuck it in. Nice save. And they score! Luke McLeod, the second effort.
That's why you keep following up the play, because McLeod saw that puck came loose after the save. He was somehow able to sneak it by the goaltender. Didn't look like there was a ton of room there from the angle that he came on, but yeah, that's why you go after the rebounds.
17:34 remaining here in the second period, and the Saints extend their lead 2-0.
McLeod makes that good pass to Will Smith in the corner. Like you said, Marshy follows it up. Goalie makes the initial save. McLeod with the rebound. That's how you play some hockey.
I thought for a second that maybe there could be a goalie interference just because the wraparound attempt from Smith, it looked like he pushed Kelsch into the net just ever so slightly, which allowed McLeod to obviously bury that in the back of the net. But the referees did not see that. That's why I'm not wearing the black and white stripes. And we have a whistle. 17-14 remaining here in the second period. So a huge goal for Luke McLeod. He picks up his 9th of the year, his 19th point of the season as well.
But I think that's why goaltender interference has become such a contentious point, because it's never the same game to game. We've seen plays like that get called. We've seen it not called. I think in this instance they felt that the puck was still loose, so as Smith was going to the net, then it was just an opportunity to keep jamming at it, and the goaltender didn't stand his ground in that instance.
Puck inside the corner. McLeod with it, just scored the second goal of the game, and that one definitely came out of the zone. It was kept in for a brief second by Cole Bonnet. Maybe we're at a weird angle, but it looks like the puck is like barely squeaking out. Turned over inside the neutral zone. At the blue line, McLeod battling for the puck. A couple Broncos on it as well. They do get it in. However, Cole Bonnet's there. Feeds it over for Colt Corpse. Tries to shovel one towards TJ Prexler. Puck is behind the net, far side. Flipped up into the paraphernalia of Chad McElwain. With it now is Sigro. He loses his handle of the puck, kind of slips and falls for a second. Hunter with it now for the Saints and finds Corpse. Corpse off the glass. It bounces over the stick of Burton. And back for it is Dubecki. He'll rim it around to the far side. Segro with it. Bounces inside the neutral zone. A 2-on-1 for the Broncos. Shot on. Nice stick by Timon Prexler. Good defense as that shot ricocheted off the stick of Prexler and out of play. 15:40 remaining here. 2-0 Saints still on top.
And a lot of times I'm more of the opinion that the one defender back should go after the pass, not the shot, and let the goaltender take that. In that instance, I think that was a good play to try to take the shot away, because otherwise he had that upper corner blocker side picked out.
Chartier goes off the boards. It comes out of the zone. Hunter there to pick it up for Maryville. Chipped ahead. Driving is Zloty. Zloty unable to connect with the passes. Jack Harrison shoveled it to the front of the net. Harrison gets it back, looking for Timon Prexler as he activated from the blue line. Sends it back down low. Burton with it. Fans on the pass. It does come out of the zone. And able to grab it is Simpson. Simpson's shot blocked. He gets it back in the corner. Puck below the dots. Hunter in on the corner. Little reverse hit from Garrett Hunter. His captain, Jack Harrison, helping him out. And now Timon with it. He'll float it. And it hits off the ceiling. We get a whistle with 14:46 remaining here in the second period. So UCO down 2-0 here in the second period. The number 6 team in the nation looking to cut the lead in half with an offensive zone face-off. We'll see if they can take advantage of the opportunity.
And coming into this game, Central Oklahoma was kind of in one of those runs where they could be had. They were 5-4, 0-1 in their last 10. So hovering right around that 500 mark. And Maryville's jumped on top.
MacArthur able to get it out. As he's punching at the puck. Now it's a foot race. In shot. Oh, what a save made by Ed Coffey, able to get a blocker on it. Wrap around to 10. Also stopped by Coffey. Puck at the blue line. Sent back down low. On it is Sam Sykes. Comes up top. Near side at the hash marks. Now at the blue line. Wrist shot on. Stop made by Coffey. And the whistle blown with 14:04 remaining here in the second period.
It's cool, Marcy. We got Ed Coffey's from Alaska. We got his parents sitting right in front of us. So if we hear a woos and wahs, it's from Ed's mom and dad sitting right here. We also have Lucas Adams' parents are here down from Canada. So some traveling parents with us tonight. And, yeah, they picked a good series to come watch.
Yeah, being the parent of a goaltender, it's never a fun thing. It seems like sometimes you got to kind of separate yourself. So there's a nice glove save made. But my parents went through that a little bit, playing goalie for hockey and soccer, and it's always nervous moments.
I had no idea you were a goalie.
That's why I focus mainly on the goaltending.
Look at you.
Proud member of the union.
Did you say you're a member of the union?
Goaltenders Union. You've never heard of that?
Oh, man, I don't know.
Todd,
we always stick up for each other.
Gotcha.
Todd, you are a man of many talents.
Most of them hidden.
We'll never know. Puck is loose. Slot shot. That one bounced off a few bodies and went wide. Puck inside or in the corner. And Ed Coffey trying to sweep at it with the stick. Far side, up top to the blue line, walking the line, slap shot on that one wide. Maryville having a tough time getting out of their own zone. It's kept in. Shura down low. TJ Prexler, wraparound attempt, Coffey, puck is loose. On the side, and that one is smothered by Ed Coffey, part of the goaltenders union, here with 13:07 remaining in the second period. 2-0. Saints still on top.
Making it look easy on some of these last few saves, but he's just showing the calmness that he has in the net right now. He made that blocker save a couple minutes ago where he just kind of made himself big, took away as much of the net as he could, reacted to the shot. Similarly on that play, it's always difficult to tell where the puck's coming from in behind the net, but he got that pad down and then he was able to lunge out and cover it up.
And that's a huge stop because Maryville was struggling to get the puck out of the zone. They still haven't been able to do so. That one goes off a stick and out of play. 13:01 remaining now here in the second period. Guys, we spent, it felt like, a year trying to figure out Todd's middle name. He says he keeps a lot of secrets.
TKP.
TKP. We did figure it out. However, I have already forgot what it was. It's been so long.
There's no, did you really?
Do you know what it is?
Yeah.
Okay.
Slap shot whiffed on. Burton with it. To Mikhailov. Shot. That went off the stick of Sam Sykes. In the corner. Flipped up. And Maryville finally able to clear the puck out of the zone. Burton back for it. Spins away and loses his footing and the puck. Dubecki. Off the glass, gets it out of the zone, takes a hit in the process. UCO enters in. Sykes tries to get around Hunter, and he's taken out. Good defense by Garrett Hunter. Now a turnover. Shot, and that one's blocked. Burton with it. His shot doesn't leave the ice. He'll get it back and send it in. Ooh, a little dipsy-do from Timon Prexler at the blue line.
I give a 7.5 to Mikhailov on the pirouette.
Seems like the puck is just going back and forth, but nothing's really happening here in the last sequence. Burton with it. Right in front of his own zone, looking for the stretch pass. Hunter's there. He'll flip it in. 11:40 left to go here in the second period. The reverse from the Broncos. It's turned over. Turcotte behind the net, using his body to protect the puck. Sends it up top to the blue line for White. Wrist shot on that one, redirected wide. McLeod steals it. Looking for the pass out front. It's kept in by Ben MacArthur. Sent back down low. Pass out front from McLeod on the backhand. It hit off a body and went back. Now it's to the far side of the blue line. Back down low for Will Smith. Smith on the backhand looking for MacArthur. Finds him. MacArthur pushes the puck. He's taken out of the play. Pass. Shot. Oh, what a save made by Kelsch as Will Smith had a good look in the high slot. Under 11 to go here in the second period. Smith tried to put the puck between the legs and head towards the net, and now he'll head towards the bench. UCO gets it inside Maryville territory, hits off the linesman, and picked up by TJ Prexler. He skates up ice. Leaves it for Adams. Sauce pass over the stick of McElwain at the blue line. Comes out of the zone. Adams with it. Able to get it in. These linesmen need to get out of the way. Keeps bouncing off the puck, keeps hitting them, Chuck. Move! You got communication with everyone in this arena. Can you talk to them?
Need to go with the robo-refs.
I don't know about that. That's a little too far.
Yeah.
Far side corner. Pass to the middle of the ice. Corpse is there. Corpse at the red line. Dumps it in. Takes a funny hop. Able to put a glove on it is Ben Kelsch. We get a whistle with 9:50 left here in the second period. Shots are all knotted up at 10 apiece. However, the Saints lead 2-0.
Circling back, though, to that shot from Will Smith in the slot, there was a glove save from Kelsch. That was a really good save, number one. But that's one of the few times that Maryville's found any kind of space in the middle, because I've been noticing UCO's done a really great job anytime the puck goes down low.
Puck is loose. Tyson Moore, he can't put it in. Kelsch can't find his stick at the blue line.
Tripped on
Corpse
it, actually.
With it. Looks up, wrist shot, doesn't make its way through. Kelsch finally does grab the stick. It was inside his own net. Bonnet back down low. Cardinale working for the puck in the corner. Cardinale using his body to protect the puck, and now two Saints go down as the puck comes out of the zone. Corpse is there, though. Corpse looks up off the stick of Cardinale and tied up is Shermer. Can't see which Bronco he was tied up with. Perhaps both of them might be heading to the penalty box.
I think it's Jack Taylor, but yeah, both of them are going to go off.
Shermer was trying to get loose, and he's going to the box as well. He was legitimately trying to get away from the player on UCO.
When Taylor went to the bench, so referees need to kind of.
It looked like he
neither
gave
one are going to go to the
you
box.
guys gesture.
Okay.
You know, like, hey, both of you guys, you know?
Yeah,
that's
sure.
what it looked like.
I thought he was giving penalties to both of them, but I guess he was just saying both of you get off the ice.
Get out of here, scram.
I know my rights.
So we remain 5-on-5. Puck just inside the Broncos zone. Stretch pass to the near side. Morty's there. Hunter picks it up in the corner. Trying to fight his way up the boards. Two Saints and three Broncos digging for the puck. Zlotty's watching just in case it squirts loose. It does squirt loose. However, Timon Prexler is the one to pick it up for the Saints. That one goes off a body on the boards. And with 8:27, we have ourselves a whistle.
So, Marshy, we're going to be back here tomorrow night.
We are going to be here. However, Todd, I was just informed that Todd won't be here. And now I'm a little upset.
You know, I'm Yeah, I don't
even know what to say. Todd, you left Chuck speechless, which is insane.
That's pretty hard to do. I feel like I've accomplished something for today.
Here's Will Smith. Smith in back and scores! Will Smith takes advantage of the Broncos' miscue. And with 8:15, he extends the lead. 3-0 Saints on top of UCO here in the second period.
Just a cool, calm finish there from Will Smith, but I mean, that was absolute no man's land for Kelsch because the puck was just far enough away that you don't know if you want to come out. Do you stay in the net? He chose to try to come out, but whiffed on the poke check. Smith took it around him and just put it in the back of the net.
Smith dumps it in. McLeod in on the forecheck, rimmed around to the far side. And here comes the forecheck of Maryville. They are getting physical out there. Turcotte protecting the puck. Smith to the backhand. Smith trying to drive the net. Still with it. Near side. Cycles it low for Turcotte. Up top to the blue line. Wrist shot on. That one's blocked by Sykes. And UCO is able to clear. Maryville goes D to D. Uh-oh, turnover. Taken out of the play. It looks like UCO will be heading to the power play. A chance for them to get on the score sheet.
Yeah, and this is a really big penalty kill for Maryville. You don't want to allow Central Oklahoma to get any kind of momentum here in the middle stages of the second period. So they've just got to be very basic with everything, very by the numbers. You get the puck on your stick. If you have a lane, you get it out. You get off for a change because you can't get stuck inside your own zone.
Will Smith picking up his 6th goal of the year, his 16th point of the season. 3-0 Saints lead, but a chance for the Broncos to capitalize on their second power play of the game. They'll work the puck. Shot. That one blocked by Corpse. He's able to fling it out of the zone. That's what I was going to say until it hit a stick. 7 on the clock right there.
Yeah, it looked like Burton had fished it out of there, and Smith was like, nope, I'm taking that back.
Now a chance for Guerrera. His pass to the middle of the ice is knocked away by the sliding Ben MacArthur. However, the puck still remains inside the zone. It's kicked at by Hunter. He loses it. Chartier trying to lift the stick, and now Maryville will head to the power play. A tripping call going against the Broncos. So we'll play 4-on-4 for about 5 seconds, and then Maryville will have an opportunity to capitalize on the man advantage.
Yeah, for the first time tonight, we'll see Maryville get that man advantage, see what they can develop and get rolling there, Marshy.
Just a fantastic penalty kill, though. I mean, when I'd said that they needed to have a big one, that wasn't even what I envisioned. They just completely outworked UCO for 1 minute and 55 seconds.
Yeah.
Having a couple shorthanded opportunities in the offensive zone, weren't able to get a shot off, but still killing some time off. And then that's just an absolute effort play to keep going after the puck in the defensive zone, and you gain the tripping call.
So 5-on-4 as the 5 seconds expires. And now UCO doing a little killing of the clock themselves. Zloty comes out with it, however. 5:05 remaining in the period. And 1:40 left here on the Saints power play. They set it up. MacArthur fakes the slap shot. Corpse looking for... Oh, they scored! Bounced off a body!
I want to say TJ Prexler put that in, Marshy.
Did he?
Yes, TJ Prexler was the man in the slot. Absolute pinpoint precision on the pass from Colt Corpse as the dead man put it right into the deep slot. And Prexler just put his stick down on the ice. That's all he needed to do and direct it in, and we're going to have a goalie change.
Yes, we are. Kelsch is going to go out with that 4th goal on 13 shots going past him.
And now Maryville 1 for 1 on the power play. So, I mean, that just a huge swing in this game. I understand it was already 3-0, but you kill off that power play for the Broncos, and then all of a sudden you get a power play goal of your own. I mean, the game is just squarely in Maryville's hands right now. They just need to kind of see it out.
Hunter with it, finds McLeod. McLeod's sauce pass, might be an icing. Turcotte able to beat it out. Turcotte with it. Trying to feed one to the front of the net. Puck bounces up. Smith able to intercept. McLeod sends it back down low. Turcotte all over it. This line has been unbelievable tonight for Maryville. Off the glass, glove down by Prexler. Prexler spins away, sends it back down low. Lucas Adams reverses the McElwain. McElwain using his body to protect the puck. Loses a glove and sends it back down low. McElwain playing without the glove. He said, I don't need the glove. Turned over. Adams with it. Adams trying to make a move. Can't get around his man. Stepping up is Corpse. Corpse chopping at it. Able to keep it in for a split second. Still in. And now it is flung inside the neutral zone. Corpse is there at his own blue line. Looks up. Finds Adams. Adams to TJ Prexler. Has McElwain driving. Drops it for Corpse at the blue line. Corpse loses his handle of the puck. However, Adams is there to retain possession, and he's stripped. UCO exits the zone. Saints lead 4-0. So what we thought would be a close game right now, it is the complete opposite. At the blue line, Burton, top of the circle, shoots one on. Pad save made by Ed Coffey. Burton gets it back. Slap shot on, block. McElwain puts his body in front of the puck. Shot from a weird angle, and Ed Coffey able to slam the door shut with 2:49 remaining here in the second period.
Man, there's a good chance there by UCO. But you guys, it's a rare thing to see a team like UCO go down 4-0. Yeah, don't take it away from Maryville. They're playing great, but I'm sure UCO is kind of shell-shocked right now as well. You know, going down 4-0, and we still got another period to play.
Yeah, they're definitely not used to being in these kind of situations. Obviously, they've lost a handful of games, 6 in total, but not used to being down 4-0 to anybody. But Maryville really just kind of needs to keep their eye on the prize. Don't take anything for granted.
Yeah.
Another stop made by Ed Coffey. Burton at the blue line once again. Fires one. That one hit off a stick. Trying to redirect that one towards the net. Puck is still loose. Harrison on the backhand, up the boards, and puck is cleared. Saints doing a great job tonight. Forechecking, blocking shots. They've looked great in all facets of the game so far here through a period, almost 2 periods. Smith trying to feed one to the front of the net. Dubecki with it. He'll slow things down behind his own net. Dubecki looks up to the near side. Finds Burton. Goes off the boards. Guerra with it. Guerra unable to get that puck on net. And now the Saints are going the opposite way. McLeod in. McLeod to the backhand. McLeod front. Hunter scores! Garrett Hunter! What a feed from Luke McLeod! With 1:32 left to go here in the second period, the Saints are routing the Broncos 5-0.
Good night, Irene Marshy. That rush, that pass, what a finish by Hunter.
I mean, that looked like something that you would draw up on a power play kind of attack, just a design play. I don't think it was, because you can't just pull that out of your bag of tricks randomly on the partial breakaway. But to your point, Chuck, I mean, again, similar to the Corpse play, it was all about the pass.
Yep.
And then Hunter just managed to slot it into an empty net, past the new goaltender and Langtook.
This is not what we expected to see at all tonight. But if you're a Maryville fan, you love to see it.
Yeah, you absolutely do. And they, like Todd was saying, you can't give up. You can't let it get to your head. UCO is a great team, a hard-fighting team. So Maryville just needs to keep it up, especially since UCO's still going to be here tomorrow night. You know they're going to want to come out with a vengeance.
Yeah, it makes you wonder, could it be, bus legs or, who knows what it could be. But you know what? You got to take advantage of that if you're the Saints. And we've seen them a few times not take advantage of that. But tonight they've really seemed to find their game, and they're doing a great job. And now you just have to be smart.
Well, especially this point in the season. There's not many games left, and Nationals are coming up.
UCO in. Good defensive play by Timon Prexler, able to knock that out of midair. And now the Saints are going the opposite way. Shot on. That one stopped by Lintook. 44.7 ticks remaining here in the second period.
And usually we talk about it in terms of whether you pull a goalie or leave them in terms of goal differential, but it kind of works the other way now. If you're Maryville, you don't want to just throw all your eggs into the offensive basket, but if you can get another couple goals against the number 6 team in the country,
absolutely,
that's really going to help your stock.
Zloty with it, loses the puck inside the neutral zone. MacArthur at his own blue line. That pass skips over the stick of White. He'll fling it. No icing, but it is a delayed offside, so the Saints will have to tag up. 20 seconds remaining here in the second period. Able to get it in deep is Mueller. Up top to the blue line, wrist shot on, doesn't make its way through, it's blocked. Chartier off the glass, however, it took a funny hop and stays inside the zone. That'll do it for the second period, so what a period for the Saints. 4 goals here in the second frame. I mean, what do you say, guys?
Yeah, this is completely unexpected. I mean, Maryville had the 1-goal lead after 1 period of play. If you had told me that they were going to score 4 in the next period, we probably would have had a little bit of a chuckle. Not that they're not capable, but just the way that the game was going. This wasn't really what any of us expected.
Yeah, like you said, great if you're a Maryville fan. We'll see what the third period brings.
Well, we'll break this one down. A lot to talk about in our intermission report, so don't go anywhere. The Saints have a 5-0 lead over the University of Central Oklahoma Broncos. Like I said, we'll break it down here in our second intermission report, so stay tuned. You've been watching the Maryville Saints Hockey Network.
What you want, Lou Fuse has got it.
For the past 70 years, Lou Fuse has called St. Louis home, growing our dealership and community family, delivering the best experience.
LOUFUSZ, where we'll treat you right, you'll see. RESPECT, get the respect that you need.
With 17 brands, 12 dealerships, thousands of new, certified pre-owned, used and motorsport vehicles, and millions of happy customers, Lou Fuse is here for you. Year after year, Lou Fuse has been proud to support youth athletics, honored to give back to community charities, and happy to deliver the respect and customer service you deserve.
LOUFUSZ, treat you right for 70. LOUFUSZ, it's our anniversary.
Come celebrate our 70th anniversary with us, with anniversary savings and specials all year long. And everyone gets the Fuse Family Promise, including warranties on new and Fuse certified vehicles, a money-back guarantee, and exchange policy.
LOUFUSZ, where we treat you right, you'll see.
There's 2 types of drivers out there. Drivers who know how to protect their investment and drivers who don't. Car owners who know how to get more miles per gallon and owners who don't. We're talking people who know their Schaefer and people who don't. Which one are you? From cars to trucks to diesel workhorses, whatever you drive, there's a Schaefer synthetic oil for you. Do you know your Schaefer? Ask for it at an automotive retailer near you.
Frederick Roofing, wherever you live, from Bridgeton to Baldwin, Brentwood to Kirkwood, St. Anne to St. Charles, wherever you live. Hazelwood to Maplewood, the name you know. Frederick Roofing, wherever you go. For a hole in your roof or a whole new roof, Frederick Roofing.
St. Louis, 314-645-2000.
This is the letter I've been telling you about.
This letter is for you. From what I hear, you're supposed to be the next Tom Brady. What I'm about to say is important. Never let them call you the next Tom Brady. When they compare you to the GOATs, tune it out. When they say you're a 6th-round draft pick, store it away. Compare yourself to nobody but the kid in the mirror. The one who goes all in, all out, and has the crazy confidence to know that who you are today is just a piece of who you're going to become. This letter's for that you, the one no one will see coming. Sincerely, Tom.
Live out your dreams, man.
Moneta may be one of the nation's largest independent wealth managers, but what we pride ourselves on most is serving each client like they're part of the family. That's why we go to extraordinary lengths to help our clients reach their unique financial goals. Whether launching a business, providing retirement planning for employees, or building a multi-generational legacy. At Moneta, whatever you cherish, we help protect it today, tomorrow, and into the future.
This is the MSHN Intermission Report, brought to you by the following. Hogan Trucking, comprehensive transportation, straightforward solutions.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Maryville Saints Hockey Network. We got Chuck Kraus, Todd Panula, I'm Andrew Marsh, and it's time for the second intermission report, brought to you by Hogan Trucking. Guys, it is a 5-0 game in favor of the Saints. That is a score that we did not predict heading into the second period.
Yeah, I think all three of us were pretty much on the same page where we thought this was going to be a tightly contested game, that it would probably come down to the wire. Now, that doesn't preclude the possibility of a comeback here from UCO, but the way things are going right now, we talked about it in that second period, it's squarely in Maryville's hands.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what else to say about it. You know what I mean? I mean, it was, like we said, UCO is not a team that goes down like this. We said this in the broadcast And not that Maryville can't play like this or put points up like this, but we didn't expect it tonight.
Right. I mean, you look at UCO, the number 6 team in the nation.
Yeah.
Right? You looked at the other games that these two teams played against each other, they're one-score games. Like, this is not what the script was supposed to look like heading into this one. However, it is. And if we look at, how things transpired, you have Luke McLeod, who goes hard to the net, picks up the loose change, as Will Smith was the one who made the play going to the net. We've seen Luke McLeod, though, this entire season score on second opportunities.
Yeah, and we talked about it. It's similar to the Turcotte goal in the first period. You drive to the net.
Yeah.
Sometimes you're going to be a little further out. In that case, he was basically right on the doorstep. But when you drive to the net, good things are going to happen if the goaltender isn't covering everything up.
Yeah, he made that good pass and followed up on the shot and was able to bang one home.
And when you look at Will Smith, obviously he was the one that was credited with going to the net, getting the assist. But then he gets a goal of his own. And when that happened, you almost thought that this game could break wide open. This was sort of a weird play by Kelsch. Not sure what he was thinking, but Will Smith takes advantage and puts it in the back of the net.
Yeah, and again, I kind of alluded to it during the aftermath of the goal. If I'm the goaltender, I probably stay back because that puck is just far enough away to where he didn't have a great chance of getting to it, but he made the decision early on and just didn't come up with it.
And you look at that fourth goal, Colt Corpse from the near side. TJ Prexler putting his stick hard on the ice. He finds him, and just like that, Saints are up 4-0 in this one. And then Garrett Hunter, all he does, drives the net, and Luke McLeod finds him with an unbelievable spinorama pass late in the second period. And that is how we have a 5-0 game. So the defense are getting involved, but that line, Will Smith, Luke McLeod, and Felix Turcotte have been unbelievable tonight.
Yeah, some of the passes that we've seen, especially on that last goal, looking at it on the replay from the angle, I don't know how he got it off because Hunter is kind of on the near side from our vantage point of the net, and he was on the far side, but he managed to get it off just on the right angle to clear the post, not hit the goaltender, and it was an easy tap in for Hunter. And it's 4 goals on 9 shots, so I mean that's only 5 saves for the combination of goaltenders in that period for the Broncos. So an excellent period for Maryville.
Yeah, you're doing something right when you run the goaltender out. In front of the home crowd, they put 5 up. So good on Maryville. We'll see, what third period brings to us.
And kudos to Ed Coffey as well. He's staying strong in the net. He's made some pretty big saves. There's been a lot of scrums in front of the blue paint. He's able to stand strong there inside of his own crease. So kudos to Ed Coffey. The Saints have 20 more minutes left to go before they can seal this one up and go home tonight with a W. They lead 5-0 heading into the third period. We'll be back with the third period, so don't go anywhere. You're watching the Maryville Saints Hockey Network.
The day the world stopped was the day we found where to go. Lost together, we discovered ourselves again. And we realized that the things that matter deserve time.
That looks good.
For two.
From now on, we're not going to leave anything on our plates. Because we've learned to savor the moments that were always there. And they never tasted this good.
Coke with coffee. We blended Coke with rich coffee for one very good reason. Your afternoon pick-me-up routine needed it. Simple as that. Coke with coffee.
For the past 70 years, Lou Fuse has called St. Louis home, growing our dealership and community family, delivering the best experience.
L-O-U-F-U-S-Z, where we'll treat you right, you'll see. R-E-S-P-E-C-T, get the respect that you'll need.
With 17 brands, 12 dealerships, thousands of new, certified pre-owned, used and motorsport vehicles, and millions of happy customers, Lou Fuse is here for you. Year after year, Lou Fuse has been proud to support youth athletics, honored to give back to community charities, and happy to deliver the respect and customer service you deserve.
L-O-U-F-U-S-Z, treat you right for 70. L-O-U-F-U-S-Z, it's our anniversary.
Come celebrate our 70th anniversary with us, with anniversary savings and specials all year long. And everyone gets the Fuse Family Promise, including warranties on new and Fuse certified vehicles, a money-back guarantee, and exchange policy.
L-O-U-F-U-S-Z, where we treat you right, you'll see.
There's power in numbers. Number ones will cook you with that first step.
Your L, sir. Compliments of the chef.
Number 10s, more gold than Midas.
Midas who?
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Maryville Saints Hockey Network. We have Chuck Kraus, Todd Panula. I'm Andrew Marsh. 5-0, the Saints lead over the Broncos here on this Friday night in Chesterfield, Missouri. Not the score we thought we'd get tonight, but a pleasant surprise for Saints fans as they look to finish this one out, leading 5-0 with 20 minutes left to play. Off the glass.
I think if you're the Saints, you just kind of want to see things out. Don't get too cute with anything. Don't start changing things up because you want to feel good about this result, assuming that it's going to be a victory. But you don't want it to end up, say, 5-3 or something to where you don't feel good about how the third period went.
And that one out of play. We'll have a whistle. 19:35 left to go here in the third period. And you know what? This game not necessarily over. We've seen crazier things happen. We've seen the Saints give up a ton of goals in one period. Anything can happen still. But like you said, Todd, they just need to keep things simple and try and see this one out.
Yeah, and like I say, that doesn't mean that you need to go into a defensive shell. You still need to kind of work on all phases of the game, but you don't want to allow anything cheap.
Kaloff in, shot, stop made by Coffey. So a couple whistles early here in the third period.
And that's one thing that I don't know that we've focused on enough. We talked about this line being one of the keys for Central Oklahoma to try to get a victory themselves. And other than a couple times, really that's the first real good look that I can remember Mikhailov or any of his teammates having in this contest. So Maryville's done a good job of shutting them down.
Harrison with it at the blue line, off the skate, trying to get it back, can't. Goes off the glass, and now it's gobbled up by MacArthur. He'll go D to D. White finds Chartier, who goes off the boards. Puck dumped in. Now it comes out. Linesman says no icing as that Coffey will leave the puck behind his own cage. Out of the zone. MacArthur now with it. At the dot. Sauce pass over the stick. Arm is up. Icing has been called with 18:42 remaining here in the third period.
You guys.
What's so funny?
I don't know. Just awkward silence, and we're all staring at one another.
Just trying to be professionals here, Chuck. You continue to do what you do. That's all I'll say.
I think Chuck and professional's kind of an oxymoron.
Yeah, it is really funny.
I just don't know what's happening tonight, guys. Come here, try to be a good guy.
Shot, and that one wide. Thrown to the middle of the ice. It goes under his stick. Oh, and losing his twig is Jackson Zloty. UCO will go D to D at the red line. With it as Wells. He gets it in. In the corner, Jack Harrison. He'll slow things down. 2 minutes have gone by here in the third period. Finds MacArthur. MacArthur flips it, and somehow it does not hit the ceiling. Went through all the little triangles.
I don't know if he could do that again if he tried.
Up top to the blue line. Corpse wrist shot, hit off a body, and goes down low. Smith battling for the puck, trying to use his body. He's kicking at it now. Far side corner, out of play. We got a whistle with 17:30 left to go here in the third period. So, guys, only a few more series left to go here in this season for the Saints, at least at home.
Right. Yeah, they'll be on the road still.
It's making me a bit upset.
Well, getting down to the nitty-gritty of it, though, we've got a game next Thursday against University of Mary, and then close out the season against Illinois.
I heard a rumor that game got canceled.
Stop made by Coffey, able to poke it away.
We'd be the last to know.
We would.
Turk got with it in the corner. Bonnet pressured, still with it. Near side, goes off the glass. Kept in by Burton. Able to at least throw one on net. It does go wide of the cage. Far side, McLeod to Bonnet. Bonnet almost fell. He loses the puck. He's stripped of it. On the backhand of the forehand shot, and McLeod able to get a skate on it. And it ricochets out of play. 16:41 remaining here in the third period. Saints still on top, 5-0.
It would have been nice to see University of Mary. They're always a good hockey team, so I'd always like to see them come up here, but
not used to having Thursday games either.
Right.
And usually when they do, they're typically playing McKendree, who's been a longtime rival of Maryville. As there's a shot wide of the net. Hunter spins away in the corner. Now he's wrestled up against the boards, able to maintain possession as he kicks at it. Hunter looking to find TJ Prexler. McElwain able to help them out and get it out of the zone. It's coming back into the zone, though. After the puck is Mikhailov. McElwain pokes it forward. Kicking at it is Hunter. Can't get it out.
Been kind of sloppy here, guys.
Well, what was that, Chuck?
Oh, it's been kind of sloppy here.
Bumped off the puck is Guerra. Shot doesn't make its way through. Timons, sauce-handed pass to his brother TJ. Intercepted, comes out of the zone. And back for it is MacArthur. MacArthur reverses to Lucas Adams. He gives it back to MacArthur. It's in the skates, though. Zloty pokes at it. Puck is loose at the blue line. Zloty down to his knee, able to get it out. He's battling for it. It's sent back inside the Saint zone. Jackson White with it. White for Zloty. It goes under his stick, and back into the zone it goes. Hunter to White. White fires one over the stick of Chartier. That will definitely be an icing. It is. We get a whistle with 15:09 remaining here in the third period.
Unless that puck just randomly hit Chartier's stick, I don't think there was any way he was going to be able to catch up to that.
I mean, that was quite the pass.
Yeah,
that was the shot.
That was shot speed.
But, sometimes you got to be hard on your stick, and you got to get the puck out of the zone. I'd rather do that than whiff on it, and, the puck stays inside the zone for a long duration. At least there you get to catch your breath. There's a shot that is blocked by one of the Broncos players as it was heading towards the net. That's Frank Mondi as he was slow to get to the bench. He is on the bench now.
Kind of looked like it hit maybe the knee, like right above the knee.
Yeah,
I don't know, though, That's always a stinger.
That and right above where the foot kind of connects with the ankle.
Yeah.
Like right in the tongue on the skate.
Oh,
you ever been hit there before?
It's
not fun. It's not
horrible.
fun.
And the officials had to kind of go over on the bench to check on him because technically he shouldn't be allowed off, but due to the injury, they were allowed to make the change even after an icing call.
Shot attempt from Felix Turcotte hits off his stick and goes out of play, and now taking a spill down in the corner. Who is that, Will Smith?
Yeah, he was trying to get the puck out of the net and just kind of fell. He's allowed to. He's had a good game, so he's allowed
Ice
to
is
take
slippery.
The ice is slippery, Todd. Marcy, have you figured out Todd's middle name yet?
Well, I don't want to say it on the air.
But you know what it is?
Yeah, I believe so.
Okay.
I don't, for, personal, private reasons. I don't know if he wants his full name.
I know
revealed.
his social, too. If you want
that's up to you.
So that's why my bank account went down.
Yeah. Wrist shot makes its way. Pad save. And now Turner.
Haven't seen him much, yeah. Oh, my gosh.
Big hit, and arm is up, and now we are going to have some sort of scuffle at the blue line. That ends really quickly. That was a big hit.
Yeah, Will Smith. Will
That's
Smith.
Caden Mueller down there.
He's up on his own 2 feet by himself, so I'm glad to see that. That's never. Will Smith goes and gives him a little towel. Will Smith didn't mean to do that, obviously, but man, those are always scary. You're just enough away from the boards to where if you go down and get hit into them, it's going to hurt. That's what I think kind of happened.
Well, it's good to see that Mueller's up and not down on the ice because, like you said, those hits can be pretty scary and very dangerous. So 2 minutes for UCO. Maryville has done a good job so far at killing penalties. We'll see if they can keep it up as UCO to their third power play. Off the stick, comes out of the zone.
Yeah, in the open we focus mainly on the UCO power play, but Maryville's penalty kill has been very good this year, killing off a little over 85%.
And you got to attribute that to blocking shots.
Oh, yeah.
And not giving any of the opponents really a ton of opportunities to move the puck around. They get sticks in the lane, and they pressure. Like right here, Jack Harrison showing some pressure. Jackson White showing pressure as UCO works the puck around. And that one's slapped at. Will it get out of the zone? It's just laying there. It does. Jack Harrison able to pick it up. Harrison all by himself, looking to kill some time. Drives the net, and that's a hook or a slash, one of the two. It's a hook.
And that comes from great pressure going down low by Jack Harrison.
So Sam Sykes will head to the sin bin. And we'll play 4-on-4 hockey for a minute and 9 seconds. 13:27 remaining here in the third period. Saints lead 5-0.
That was a good example of why this team relies on Harrison so much, because they have players that probably are a little bit more individually talented, but when we saw Harrison injured for a couple games earlier in the year, you could just kind of tell the team was a little bit different.
Yeah.
Just due to the fact that he leads by example. He goes out there, he blocks shots, he disrupts things, and makes smart plays in the offensive zone.
He makes an impact, that's for sure.
Little nifty move there from Timon Prexler. Shoots one on, and that one's stopped by Artem Lantuk. Face-off won by the Saints. Timon Prexler looked like he force-fed that pass, and it's blocked. and UCO will pick it up. Broncos exit their zone, enter into the Saints zone. In the corner, McElwain able to find TJ Prexler. Heading up ice is Garrett Hunter, and they'll peel back. Timon with it to his brother TJ. At the red line, hits the blue line. TJ in, whiffs on the pass. Can he get it back? He does. However, he turns it over, and skating up ice is Austin Simpson. He'll float it. Glove down by Garrett Hunter. He's knocked down. Simpson in front of the net. Wrist shot. Oh, that one stopped. What a stop made by Ed Coffey. He might have had some help. And now the Saints, well, they have a power play. Will Smith jumps on the ice. Dubecki was the trailer that got that shot off in the slot. And Ed Coffey challenged that shot as we get a whistle, puck out of play. 11:56 remaining here in the third period. I wasn't sure if Ed got all of that because it looked like he might have got some help from his defenseman. Yeah,
the puck was kind of wobbling, so it was hard to tell who it went off of. But regardless, a very fortunate series of events for Maryville, because even before that puck got into the zone, that was kind of close to closing his handle on the puck for Garrett Hunter, but he kind of got away with it and got away with a turnover as well.
So now Maryville's on the power play, be for a brief duration as the clock ticks down. 20 seconds remaining on the power play as they decide to skate up ice. Here's MacArthur. Little shimmy. Enters into the zone. MacArthur to the backhand. MacArthur up to Adams. Over to Corpse. We're going back to 5-on-5. MacArthur shoots one on and wrist one wide. Corpse pins the puck up against the boards, and now he will retreat back to the blue line slowly. He gets it back. Down low for McLeod. McLeod trying to lift the stick. Falling to the ice is Shura. TJ Prexler up top to the blue line. MacArthur's there. Sends one down low, however, hit off the skate of Lucas Adams and comes out of the zone. Corpse back. Corpse finds Adams. Adams back to Corpse. Under 11 minutes to go here in the third period. MacArthur gets it out of the zone. It's coming back in. Kicks off a few skates. Adams with it. Sauce pass to Jack Harrison. Back to MacArthur. MacArthur flings it to the far side. Corpse whacks at it. Hits off the body of Lucas Adams and stays in the zone. Wells with it. He turns it over. Adams skates up the ice. Far side. He'll dump it in. Cross corner dump in. Chartier after it. Chartier able to knock it towards Jack Harrison, who pins it up against the boards at the half wall near side. Zloty helping him out. Chartier bumping Wells up against the boards. Mondi in there as well. An errant pass to the far side. And now we have a board battle and a hit from Jake Chartier. And he will head to the box. That arm came up real quick.
Yeah.
Kind of a funky angle right there that Chartier took trying to lay the body. And I cannot tell who's down on the ice right now, but another one of those risky hits, a dangerous hit.
Yeah, and I think the Saints need to be a little smarter here. You don't want to take the physicality out of your game. We've mentioned it a few times that you don't really want to change up too much. But they've put themselves in a couple situations 2 times in a row to where you don't want to give UCO anything going into the next game. You don't want to give them quote-unquote bulletin board material, being like, hey, they were taking cheap shots at us. Let's go get them the next time.
And taking that hit, that was Adam Stalzer.
Jake's out.
Chartier will get the gate here with 10:08 remaining in the third period.
So is it a 5 and a 10?
So 5 minutes for UCO. Dubecki with it at the blue line. So 5 and a game for Chartier. To the front of the net, they score. A hit right off the stick of Cole Bonnet. And I believe Sam Sykes will probably be the one to get credit for the goal.
Yeah, Cole Bonnet absolutely put that one in, and he knew it right away.
So a tough break for the Saints and Ed Coffey, who had the shutout rolling through 2 periods and about 10 minutes and some change.
And that's just kind of a bad luck play there for Bonnet, because 9 times out of 10, you do want your defender to try to make the block there, but just given the angle that the shot was coming from, it was going to be hard to stop that cleanly, and we see the result as it just ended up. If he was the forward, that would have been a beautiful deflection.
Hunter with it, unable to clear it. Simpson was the one to keep it in. Shot, and able to make the stop is Ed Coffey.
He looked behind him. He didn't know if that one snuck under him.
Yeah, a lot of times with these newer pads, you can't really feel anything that's underneath you, so you just got to kind of hope that it's stuck underneath there. But this is kind of an interesting scenario for Maryville, because you get the full 5 minutes on the power play. They've already scored a goal, and it kind of goes to what I talked about. I mean, you figure that Maryville's on track to get a victory, but we saw it a few years ago with Vegas against San Jose. A 5-minute power play can make a huge difference.
And that one's kept in at the blue line. Yeah, Chuck, or Todd, you mentioned that overtime or that playoff game, and there's another stop by Coffey. A little skirmish inside the blue paint. You know, if you're UCO, you got to go to the net. I don't mind seeing that. You know, you're down by 4. Interesting.
And it's kind of a weird situation for Maryville, because you're already on a lengthy penalty kill. You don't want to allow them to just shove your goaltender back in the net, but you can't really respond too much, because then you could put yourself down 5-on-3.
Right. Well, in the midst of all that, we're going to go to 4-on-4.
The tables have turned.
The tables have turned.
What did Michael Scott say? Oh, the turns.
The turns have tabled, I think.
Tabled.
I don't know. What did he say, Chuck? I thought you were the trivia guy here.
You know.
So 4-on-4 hockey for 2 minutes. And then UCO will go back on the power play. MacArthur in the corner, slaps at it. Jackson White with it. White finds TJ Prexler. TJ in the neutral zone. Oh, almost stood up at the red line. Didn't go down, though. White forces a turnover. Oh! Maryville unable to capitalize on it. Burton with it. David Burton sets up shot behind his own cage. We'll make the stretch pass to DeBecky. DeBecky at the red line, back to Burton. Burton turns it over. Smith to TJ Prexler. Prexler thought he had Corpse, but Corpse stopped skating.
Would have called him out, Marshy.
Well, I mean, he did. He stopped skating. Turned over. In front. Shot on. Oh, what a save made by Ed Coffey with 8:01 remaining here in the third period.
That was a really weird angle that we had there on that save. The way that it initially came off the blocker, I thought it had gotten in behind him, but just a really solid save by Coffey on a grade A chance there for the Broncos.
So Maryville calls a timeout. I have noticed that this period seems a little lackadaisical for the Saints. Of course, they're still up by 4 with less than half the time remaining to go here in this period. But perhaps Coach Hogan wants them to play that full 60 minutes. Yes, you get up 5-0. Yes, you're up 4-0 right now. but keep playing that hard game because there is a game tomorrow, and you want to keep that momentum riding into tomorrow night's game.
Yeah, like I said, you don't want to give the Broncos any kind of momentum heading into tomorrow. And Maryville's just kind of been, to your point, a little bit lax in this period offensively. They've only got 2 shots on goal. They've given up 9. Now, the one goal that did get past Ed Coffey was kind of a fortunate play for the Broncos, as it was, for lack of a better term, an own goal. But still, they've kind of allowed the Broncos to get a little too much going on the offensive end.
Face-off one by UCO. They send it down deep. Simon Prexler with it. To McLeod in his skates. McLeod able to pick it up. Skates it. Fires one. Cross corner. Intercepted. UCO shot on. That one didn't make its way through. With it now is Alkin. Wrist shot on. Blocked again. Shot from a weird angle. Coffey able to put the glove over it. 7:27 remaining here in the third period. 24 ticks remaining until UCO goes back on the power play.
But that shift was kind of a good example of what we were just talking about. You want to keep everything simple. You don't want to try to do too much. You appreciate the defensive work that they put in on the back check and getting back into position, blocking those shots. But if you don't make that pass through the middle and it gets picked off, you don't have the transition play to begin with.
Oh, what a block by Jack Harrison. He's got a breakaway. Harrison in. Harrison. Oh, what a save made. Harrison with the follow-through, trying to whack it out of midair. Couldn't get it past the netminder in Arten Lantuk.
Wouldn't that have been amazing? He blocks the shot, gets the breakaway, and scores.
And that was about as bad as it could go for Maryville on that play. You get the breakaway, but he makes this save, and not only does the rebound go in behind the net, because they had Lucas Adams coming up for support, but they don't even get a rebound opportunity.
A hit from behind in the corner. That'll lead to another penalty going against UCO. So we'll be back to 4-on-4 hockey here for 1:44, and then Maryville will take over and have a power play for a little bit of time. Guys, there's a gentleman here with one of the best mullets I've ever seen down in the stands.
And that orange jacket.
I wish the fans right now could see what we're seeing. He's sitting on the UCO side of things. Perhaps he is a Broncos fan that's traveled to Chesterfield, but nevertheless, a great mullet. And you got to love hockey hair.
That's what I like to call a championship
in
mullet.
the world. Sykes in. Sykes a shot, and that one stopped by Ed Coffey. Ooh, TJ Prexler taking the old hip check from Burton. TJ with it. That one's turned over. Simpson in. Partial break. Simpson shot that one. Stopped by Coffey. Might have got a piece of it as it went wide. Sykes with it. Drops it off. Sykes gets it back. Trying to feed one down low for Simpson. Sykes will show pressure and spin away. And Hunter will skate up ice as he feeds TJ Prexler. TJ back to Hunter. Stretch pass goes off the stick of Burton, then off of Corpse as Will Smith will hound it. Laying a hit. Smith is flying out there with the back check.
He sure is.
Shot on. Coffey makes the stop. 5:42 remaining here in the third period.
And that's one thing that you have to give Maryville credit for. Even with the mistakes that they're starting to make in the offensive end leading to transition plays, they've been excellent on the back check. They've gotten back. They've taken away a lot of space, a lot of opportunities, and they've got a couple of shot blocks as well.
Jackson White sends it around the far side as it rims around the boards. Kept in by UCO. Up top to the blue line. Wrist shot on, off the stick. A couple guys go down right in front of Ed Coffey. Smith, he's taken out just inside the neutral zone. A big hit. McLeod's still with it. McLeod wheeling around the zone. Looks up, McLeod. Now he takes a hit. Able to maintain possession are the Saints. Firing it in is Jack Harrison. It's chopped at, and now Timon with it. Timon, McElwain, shoots, he scores! Are you kidding me? The puck stays on the ice through the wickets, and it's a 6-1 Maryville lead.
Count that as a power play goal, Marshy, as they had a 10-second power play, and they were able to capitalize. 6-1 Saints.
And that's a shot I think that Lantuk would like to have back. He had a clean look at it. Didn't give the shooter a whole lot of space, but just an excellent finish by McElwain to pick out the hole in the goaltender and give himself another one and put 6 on the board.
.454 remaining here in the third period. It's been all Saints in this one. Cross corner dump in. Rimmed around the boards. Trying to make the hit was Cardinale, and he fell. Far side. Knocked away by Timon Prexler. Cardinale finds Moore. Tyson Moore with Shermer trying to drive the net. Trying to lift a few sticks. Rimmed around to the near side. Bonnet able to keep it in. Down low. Burton on the backhand. Flips it out of the zone. Able to pick it up is Cole Bonnet. He'll go D-to-D with Corpse. Corpse spins away, finds Bonnet. Bonnet to Moore. Moore pushes it forward. Dubecki with it behind the net. Waiting for his wingers to swing wide. They do. Burton to the near side. He goes off the boards. McLeod takes it back inside of his own zone. Goes backhand off the boards. Sauce pass. Gets it back. Drops it for Corpse. D-to-D to Cole Bonnet. Finds Smith. Smith trying to dance around Dubecki. He can't get around him. And now Alkin with it. Sauce pass looking for his man in Frank Mondi. Hopped right over the stick. That one goes up top, hits the ceiling. We get a whistle. 3:27 remaining here in the third.
At least it didn't break the light this time.
Yeah.
They finally fixed that one that got broken last year. That was pretty much right above the goal. And that was just kind of hanging there for the longest time.
The song reminds me of Super Troopers.
All right.
That's a great movie. It's a fantastic movie. Shot on, stop made by Ed Coffey. Lots of guys in that movie. They all have mustaches, sort of like Chuck's mustache right now.
I knew where you were going.
Those guys, their mustache a little bit thicker.
I shaved mine. I've been letting it grow back. So
okay,
yeah,
all right, that's fair.
Yeah,
that's fair. You know what? Rome wasn't built in a day. You know.
Absolutely correct there, Marshy.
And just like this Maryville Saints program, we've seen where they started to where they are right now. This program continues to build, getting more and more talented every single season. UCO, a very talented program as well. A successful season last year, unable to bring home a national championship, however. That was right here in St. Louis, across the river at the Centene Community Ice Center. And we get a whistle, 2:50 remaining here in the third period.
Oh, is he going to call that? I don't think so. Oh, maybe he is. Maybe not. Shermer thought he was calling it too.
Face off inside the neutral zone. Shermer will take it for the Saints. And Sam Sykes, well, he was going to take it until we get a whistle.
Timeout.
A timeout taken. So, guys, you look at the shots. It's 27-19 in favor of UCO. Usually when you look at a score like this, it's normally quite the opposite.
Yeah, it just shows that Ed Coffey's had a great A game tonight.
Yeah, and Maryville's made the absolute most out of their opportunities. They've got 1 goal on 4 shots in this period, 4 goals on 9 shots in the second period. So it's just about almost every other shot it feels like that they've taken has hit the back of the net.
About one every 3, right? Give or take. Plus
Guys,
1.
This math stuff over here needs to stop, guys.
I can tell it's really stressing you out right now.
He's triggered.
Triggered.
Face off won by the Saints. They get it in deep. Back with it now is Mikhailov. He'll skate up ice. He was one of the players to watch out for in tonight's game. The Saints have done a pretty good job at keeping him quiet. Shot from a weird angle. Sykes picks it up. Sykes the lone goal tonight for UCO as there's a shot. Does not make its way through. Picked up his 13th goal of the season with a little help from Cole Bonnet. He was the one that redirected that shot. You got a feel for Ed Coffey, who was pitching the shutout. He's been playing terrific hockey, and that is
what was that?
A tough hit at the blue line.
I mean, he went up in the air, and it looked like his head, man.
Yeah, that does not look like it felt good. Hopefully he's okay.
Wow. And it looks like he's holding his arm or wrist.
That's Zach Guerrera.
Yeah, and he's one of the players that we were watching as well.
Guerrero with 16 goals in 28 games heading into this one. We've seen a few times tonight, Maryville, they're being physical. Obviously, they're heading to the sin bin in most of these hits, but, in a game like this, you just hope everyone can come out of it with no injuries.
Right. It looks like just a 2-minute trip on Captain Jack Harrison. 2 minutes and 6 seconds left to go in the third period.
So the Saints win the face-off. They clear the puck down the zone. And so UCO, for the most part, will have a power play the rest of the way. That one taken to the net, and no way Ed Coffey stopped that. Ed Coffey
absolutely stopped that.
Had the pad on the line, but it looked like he was leaning backwards, able to put the glove on the puck and makes the stop. You have to be kidding me.
When I heard some sort of little take against the post, I don't know if that was his skate or what managed to hit that, but yeah, just to get everything sealed down, to keep that out, that's just a really solid goaltending play.
Coming from an ex-goaltender yourself.
Part of the goalie union. You know what? I know the season is almost over, but I really wish that we could learn one thing about Todd every time we see him. It would be nice.
What about me, Marsh?
Puck behind the net. It squirts loose. And it's sent down the length of the ice. 1:15 remaining here in regulation. 6-1, Saints are on top.
You're laughing at yourself.
Sykes gets it in. Kept in by Dubecki. Slides it over to his defense partner. And Mikhailov. Mikhailov, top of the circle, looks. Feeds one down low for Simpson. Back up top to Dubecki. Dubecki wrist one on. Does not make its way through. And it's slapped away by TJ Prexler. 40 seconds remaining in this one. Mikhailov with it. Spins away. Finds Dubecki. Wrist one on. And another stop made by Ed Coffey with 30 seconds remaining in this game. 24 seconds remaining on the UCO power play. An all-around great game for Maryville. A big-time win for this program on home ice.
Yeah, I think the only negative thing that you could say was they've taken too many penalties.
Yeah.
But, I mean, so far to this point, they've killed them all off. But you're not going to be able to do that tomorrow. They've got to be they've got to play just as well throughout the 60 minutes, take fewer penalties, don't give Central Oklahoma an opportunity.
It's going to be a different game tomorrow.
I agree. I don't see this outcome happening at all tomorrow. I think it's going to be a lot closer to what we saw in Central Oklahoma. 15 seconds remaining. Time ticks down on the UCO power play as they'll get it in deep. Coffee out of his net. He'll slow the puck down. Corpse looking to pin it up against the boards. It is loose. Comes out front. Wrist shot on. That one's high, and that'll do it. The Saints invite the Broncos to their home barn, to the Dog Pound. And Maryville comes home with a victory on Friday night, a 6-1 win for the Saints.
You can't ask for a better outcome than that, Marshy. Saints able to get 6 on the board against UCO, ranked number 6. And they have them again here tomorrow evening at the Maryville University Hockey Center. But 6-1 for the final tonight.
The Saints salute the crowd. A hard-fought win. And they get rewarded tonight. A ton of offense for the Saints. They should be proud heading into the dressing room, but they have a lot of work to do tomorrow night in order to get the sweep. We'll be back with our final thoughts, so don't go anywhere. Once again, a 6-1 win for the Saints. You're watching the Maryville Saints right here on the Maryville Saints Hockey Network.
Hello, America. This is a message for the brave people who want to get a degree online on top of all the other things going on in their lives. The higher education system is broken. 75% of Americans say it's easier to succeed with a degree, but only 25% think the education system is fine the way it is. Something's not right. Here at Maryville University, we've been bravely disrupting the higher education system for nearly 150 years by putting students first, not the other way around. And now we're bringing it online. We believe education is not just about earning a degree, but about pursuing and achieving your dreams. That's why we develop programs in partnership with the businesses that will employ the leaders of tomorrow. The future belongs to the brave. Let's be brave together. Be brave and learn more now at maryville.edu/online.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Maryville Saints Hockey Network. It's time for our final thoughts on this one. A 6-1 victory for the Saints over the UCO Broncos. Guys, a terrific win tonight for Maryville.
Yeah, a huge win for this program. They managed to knock off the number 6 team in the country. And you see there by the final score, did it in relatively easy fashion.
Yeah, I mean, it's almost a picture-perfect game that Maryville played. I mean, everything from the goaltending, the defense, the forwards showed up. Even some forwards that don't typically score. Getting second goals of the season for some players. Hey, great game by Maryville.
Yeah, you mentioned that Felix Turcotte. We talked about it in the first intermission. A guy like that who doesn't typically put the puck in the back of the net. He finds himself on the score sheet, his second goal of the year, his second point of the year. And that seemed to get the boys fired up because early in that game, UCO seemed like they were taking advantage of their opportunities in the offensive zone. And, it flipped. It flipped after that goal, and then it was all Maryville from then on out. And that's just what, when a guy like that sort of, provides the offense, it can really spark a club. So, credit to Felix Turcotte. He played a great game along with his 2 line mates tonight. Luke McLeod, Will Smith, that whole line was fantastic tonight. And Ed Coffey, we talked about it in the pregame show. Ed Coffey had to play, he had to be on his game, and he absolutely was tonight. 29 shots he faced, 19 shots for the Saints. So they got outshot tonight. However, they win by a large margin.
Yeah, we talked about it a few times. They made the most out of their opportunities. They didn't take a whole lot of shots, but it was quality over quantity. And as we talked about, they scored on just about 1 out of every 3 shots.
And without that tip from Cole Bonnet, Ed Coffey shuts out UCO.
Yeah.
So, a great showing from Ed. And, hey, great showing all around.
Well, we'll see if the Saints can get it done tomorrow night. Looking for the sweep, a 6-1 victory tonight. They'll take on the Broncos once again, 8:15 puck drop. Todd says he will not be here tomorrow night. That means I'm stuck with Chuck tomorrow, which should be an interesting one. So we're excited for tomorrow's game between the Saints and the Broncos. We hope you tune in tomorrow night for the hopeful sweep for the Saints. We'll see how that one goes. It should be a tough one, however, a close one. I don't see it being how it was tonight.
No, not at all. It's UCO's gonna come out, and really fight.
Yeah, and if you're Maryville, we kind of make fun of me using the term, but I think this is a real litmus.
Don't even say it. Don't even say it.
It's a litmus test.
All right.
Because they need to kind of prove that they can take two games from these kind of teams. We've seen them take these Friday games earlier in the season, throughout the season. Same thing with Liberty. You pick up that first win, and then you kind of have a letdown in the next one. They need to come out hard, get things done tomorrow.
All right, we'll see if they can do that. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in tonight. For Chuck Kraus, Todd Panula, our guy behind the camera, Eric Skelton, our producer. We thank everyone. I'm Andrew Marsh. Everyone have a great night, and we will see you tomorrow night right here on the Maryville Saints Hockey Network.
The Maryville Saints Hockey Network thanks you for watching this presentation of the American Collegiate Hockey Association.